All right, y'all. What up, what up, what up, what up? You already know what to do. It's your boy B-Phil, and it's time to learn something new. We talked about agent skills last time. We showed you it in Claude Code. We did a nice little hello world, but we didn't really build anything. I didn't show you how you can chain these things together like you would if you were doing anything regularly in the real world, right? You go downstairs, you wash the dishes, you got to open up the dishwasher, rinse off the dishes, put the dishes inside the dishwasher. Each one of those are a micro skill, right? And those combine to be the skills of washing dishes in the modern era. Some people have to do it by hand. Hey, I feel for y'all. But what we're going to show you today is how we can build two apps, a shirt store application and a Japanese flashcard application in 5 minutes. So let's just jump right into it. I did a lot of yapping there, huh? So first and foremost, I want to show you the Stripe dashboard. This is where we're going to see the transactions go through. And then what I want to show you is the Gemini CLI. We're going to be using the Gemini Flash 3 preview model. And it's really fast, really, really fast. Hence in the name is Flash. And so what I want to do is empower you or invite you to install Gemini CLI. I want you to follow along here so you can feel the power of this. Now, you may not have the skills that I have, but adapt it to something that you want to see in the world. So the command is npm install -g space at Google/Gemini-CLI at preview. And that'll get you this Gemini CLI here. Next, we want to go ahead and open up our terminals. And I'm going to go ahead and go to our pre-designated directory here. And so we're going to see what we have in here. We don't have anything. So what we're going to do first is we're going to open up Gemini by typing in Gemini. And this should be the same if you have installed it as well. And so once you open up Gemini, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to check the model. So you're going to go to your settings, /settings, and then you're going to set this preview features to true. And then you're going to type in skills and you'll see this agent skills. You're going to set that to true by hitting enter as well. Once you have both of those, then we're just going to go ahead and create, y'all. So first I'm going to go ahead and get my Neato prompt. And let me go ahead and get this stopwatch timer here. So I'm going to paste in this prompt, create a Flare store for Linux. And so this is going to be a Linux application. Use the Gemini image generator to generate models and two products. So people who are going to model the products, which are the shirts. And so make that the models are wearing the shirts only, one angle. So one angle, just straightforward. Hopefully that's what it gives us. I wasn't very explicit there. And then I'm going to give it the two keys that I have for my application. So I'm going to go ahead and kick that off, and we're going to start a timer here. We're going to let it cook, And then for the second one, we're going to use the voice. So we're going to allow everything on this one. Create a 10-stack start app using the skill for a Japanese flashcard application. We should have flashcards for hiragana and katakana. All right, 1 second. We're going to allow this. So what I actually should do on this second one is do YOLO mode. And so we're going to go Gemini-Y so that we have YOLO mode and we don't have to keep pressing yes. What I recommend is you always have it where you're reviewing things, but for this demo, I want to show this really quickly. So we're going to do hiragana and katakana. We should have some animations at the end of each session that give the user some indication of how they did or progress. During the sessions, we should grade the user on correctness and the time to select the correct answer. That should be displayed at the end of each session as well. Make sure we use the front-end design skill to make something truly unique and user-friendly, i.e. have amazing user experience. So we're going to kick that off as well. Boom. And so we didn't, oh man, we're down a few seconds. So we got 5 minutes on this second one. We got a timer. So it looks like we're at almost 2 minutes in here on this first one. Looks like it's creating the product images. So it's creating the models and then the product. So let's go back up and see this prompt real quick. We want the Stripe integration. I'm going to give you the keys. We want to pull for the checkout. And we're going to correct that real quick. We're going to say poll for the checkout. We're going to add that there. So it knows that, hey, you need to go ahead and check if the user actually checked out. You know what I mean? And so we're going to let these cook. In the meantime, while they're cooking, let's go ahead and go to the documentation here on Gemini. What I recommend is that you read this sandbox here so you don't have any catastrophic failures inside of your computer environment, meaning that you don't want things to blow up unexpectedly. So looks like we're coming up on the end here. Yes. Okay. They're going to implement the polling in the main.dart. It looks like we're getting some schemas here for our database. It looks like it knows how to create that already. All right, cool. We got about almost coming up to having 2 minutes left on the first app. Can it do it, y'all? Can it do it? So we're going to talk about this one more time. So the session manager or the sandbox, this is going to allow you to not blow up your machine, so prevent accidental system damage or data loss. This is very important because you don't want it just going rogue and deleting your entire home directory, right? Another feature we want to look at is just understanding how agent skills are built here. They're going to read from our workspace first, which is our local directory, and then it's going to read our user skills and then maybe any extensions we install. And so we're coming up on 1 minute here. See, I'm waffling through this quite well, y'all. Hopefully you're still following along. You're watching this amazing process. It looks like the first one is done. And let's go ahead and stop that with 1 minute and 14 seconds left. We're going to try this now. So we're going to CD into the shirt shop. We're going to say, boom. Let's go ahead and say here. And then we'll say you can. And then we'll CD into shirt shop. And then we'll say, we'll run the command that it told us, just copy and paste, and like I'm a newbie. Boom, copy, paste, and let's see what it comes up with. Let's see if the app is functional, y'all. It's building it. Oh, snaps. It looks like maybe. It's a big maybe, y'all. The second application is still cooking. Looks like we're getting some login and some sign up routes. So you can sign up. Okay, so here we go. We got some shirts. Okay, the Aether. Okay, that's cool. We got 3 models like it told us, or like we told it. I think I told it 2 males and 1 female. Didn't follow that correctly. We're going to click purchase here, and it looks like it brings up the shop here. We're going to use my email. Go ahead and hit me up if you want to work. So let's go. Make sure you have this correct test thing here. So we'll say 0127. We'll go 111. The name on the card is Brandon P. And we'll say 80091. We're not going to save any information. We're going to hit the pay button. No thanks. We don't want to save, y'all. We don't want to save. All right. So here we go. Boom, pay. Oh, man, look at that. Payment successful. Your shirt will be shipped soon. So as you see, we have a nice little shirt shop. Now, of course, you might want to have the user where they can log in and then they can see their orders and they can see the status of all these things. This is something I want you to iterate on, but you can get something up and running in about 4 minutes. So we're going to close that one out. We'll say that's a slight success. Now we're going to wait for this second one. It looks like we got 46 minutes and it is still cooking. It's trying. I think it's trying its hardest right here, and it's running the build right now. Let's see if it actually finishes before the 5-minute allotment is up. We're going to minimize this. But while this is going, of course, again, this is another crucial part of the Gemini experience, which is checkpointing. And so what this is going to do is going to checkpoint particular parts of your application, meaning it'll just do a snapshot in time, and it'll allow you to restore that particular snapshot in time in case things were deleted. And so it looks like it's trying to build it, and it looks like, man, the time is up. So a flashcard app was not successful in 5 minutes. We did get a simple store, but we didn't get a slightly more complex flashcard application, unfortunately. But we're going to let this finish here just real quick. It looks like it's coming up to the end, and it's just trying to debug some of these errors when it's building. And so in the meantime, you're going to get a little bit of extra content here, which is how this actually works. So this snapshot, it's a commit. It's made. It's a shadow git repository. And what you can do here is use this /restore command, and it'll revert all the files in the project to a state capture in the snapshot, restore the conversation history, and then repropose the original tool calls, allowing you to run it again. So this is critical. You have to enable it in the settings.json, but when you do, this gives you a lot of flexibility to let Gemini Flash screw up. So it looks like this project is having some issues here, and it's expecting the build errors, but I think you guys have had enough. If you want to see, hold on, maybe it's gonna do something. You know what? Maybe what we can do is we can go ahead and see if we can run it, bundev, and let's see if anything happens here. If it fully created, I think it's just build issues right now. Yeah, it's actually real issues. So hopefully you learned something, y'all. I'm going to put this out as is, so you get to see that it actually did fail in 5 minutes. It seems like there were a good amount of issues that it kept running into. And this is where you can learn how to fix the actual skills that you have and repurpose them in such a way that, hey, they work just how you expect. So anyways, y'all, hopefully you learned something. It's been your boy B-Phil. Just remember, if anything else, just go out there and build something. I'm out. Peace.